I would like to show you the general template with a model of case study, and then to try to give some instructions how to do this, how we created them at the beginning. From the beginning, we set 3 main points. We have to identify a topic, a story that can be told using GIS. So we need to select a topic. Then we have to think about the learning objectives, what we want to achieve. And thirdly, we need a plan of resources. We will focus on these resources at the beginning or at the end when we try to synthesize all the materials. And we set the learning phases with the step 0, as you see. We divided the case studies into 6 main steps. The base for our construction. The review of prior learning. We need to see what students have achieved until we start a new lesson. As you see, we recall all the learning experience of students based on a subject. In our case, we will explore renewable energy related to our lesson, our case study. We will check students' understanding by putting questions, asking different questions. And then we start our new learning content. Schema begins. So first step, direct instruction, will be the starting point of the new content. As you see here, we start with small steps, and then each step will be accompanied by different questions. We can see exactly how the new content will be presented, shown to our students. We will use different maps. Here, the new content could be explored. Teacher will guide students. They will have maps to be explored. Okay. So in the first step, we divide content in small steps. I don't know how to explain this better in English, but I hope it's clear. The second step, main step of the case study, will be modeling. Modeling will be guided by teachers. Teacher must show students how to deal with new content. Each step will be accompanied by clear explanation of the teacher. This also can be accompanied by scaffolding. Scaffolding, as you already know, is a gradually intervention of a teacher. Students are led by their own, but teacher will be there to guide the steps. Modeling will be mostly done by teacher. Teacher should present new data and then gradually let students do this by themselves. In this case, study case, students will be guided as Luke showed you. It's in Flemish, I think, but it's a very clear document with everything they need to prepare answers for the tasks. Everything is very well documented, and they can extract data to scaffold the knowledge. And teacher also will be there to guide the steps. Each step will be accompanied by following the success rate. We need always to follow this action as Rosenstein principle. And after these steps, the introduction, the modeling, the scaffolding, we let students practice new content. As you see in this study case, there are exercises, new content, step by step made by teachers, and let students explore and practice what they have learned before. The fourth step, obligatory in these circumstances, will be the general discussion in front of the students to check students' understanding. We need to see until this moment what students achieved. The fifth step, problem solving, could be skipped from the case studies. If we want to do this step, we can do it. It's based on doing something more than just a lesson or a sequence of lessons. Students might write short newspaper articles or make projects, individual projects on the theme in the case study or in the lesson. And the last step, obligatory, is to assess all the work done. Each one can choose how to do this, how to deal with, assess, knowledge, experiences, and this is the general example of our first case study. Here you can see the stairway from the beginning until the highest level of experience. And now some hints about how to create a case study, some instructions, some pedagogical information about this. So first, you will have some examples of case studies as we have created. Then we will deconstruct the case study to show you other examples of activities related to each step. And then you will have to create new case studies during the workshop. As you remember, the step 0, the beginning, the review of previous learning, you have to find, after selecting your topic, to set a plan to review previous learning. You have to anchor the new knowledge with other previous information or knowledge of students. How to do this? By questioning, by working sheets, as you can know. Direct instruction, how to introduce new material. You must think as teacher to break down the new content into small steps. You can imagine different phases of each step you have to present to your teachers, to your students, excuse me. Start from basic, not very complicated tasks, and try to gradually increase the complexity of what you have to present. Every time you need to practice to see every moment that students understood what you have presented. How? Try to engage all participants. It is useful, this method is useful, that you can let all the students to participate. Everyone could do something, everyone could explore, could see maps. You can also help them sending links. For example, I send links before the activity with the new content. They get familiarized with the content, and then we start lessons. Modeling, provide models. As you saw today in the videos, We need to provide clear models. We have to do exercises in front of students and then let them become more independent. We need to provide always cognitive support of students, so the role of teacher will be much more important than previous types of teaching. In the scaffolding, now you have to give liberty, gradually organizing things, and help students organize their own materials and be there when you see they need to be helped. Practice, the third step, a very important one. Now, teacher guides students' practice, checks students' understanding, students follow the rules, you give tutorials, you give worksheets, you can give them any material you have created to ask them to apply what they have learned in new context. Very important, the review. Now you can check homeworks, you can explore skills, you can correct errors, you can give new information, and the most important, teacher must know what was achieved by students, what can be improved. Now is the moment everyone could design this aspect, this step, as he or she wishes. Problem solving, as we included in our previous study case, is a method to apply critical thinking. Students solve problems from society, they can create games, they can write articles, they can make projects, group projects, social projects, they can share opinions, they can make blogs, maybe on different aspects of life related to the lessons. The evaluation, everyone organized this as usual, as you know. The best way is also by questions and answer sessions, by quizzes, by anything you want.